another episode of Outcasts to Icons. And as always, guys, if you are enjoying this series, please do drop a like on the video. Now, you might be noticing something from the very off here, and that is that Japan is no longer listed. And the reason for that is I had to call up my first squad, basically, for our friendly against Colombia. And basically, I'm new to the whole national team management anyway, and the whole national pools and calling up squads thing was a little bit new, but I managed to figure out how you do it. And I picked a squad, it was reasonable, but we didn't have that much information on a lot of the players, which was kind of a problem. I picked the best squad I could, got to the match, and found that almost all of them, except for 8 players, which were regens, were all greyed out players who I knew nothing about their stats. There was just lines on all of them. And I forgot, of course, that Japan the players don't get called up to the national team. And as a result of that, I know that you can fix it, but then my name fix and my patches and stuff keep getting every time there's a new update for FM, and I completely forgot that that was the case. So being national team manager of Japan at the moment would be completely pointless because I wouldn't be able to call up any of the real players. I know you can fix it, I do, but it wouldn't have mattered then. So I had to resign basically because I didn't want to be responsible for stupidly large defeats. In charge of Japan. I will do national team management again in this save, do not worry, but it will be with someone other than Japan or Germany, because those are the two teams that always have that problem, I believe. So yeah, that's basically how it is. I will revisit national team management, I promise, because I really do want to manage a World Cup or something in this save, and I'm pretty certain we'll get the chance to do that at some point. So, getting into what's happened this month, actually, there's a couple more things to talk about. But also, something I thought was really strange, when I did a team meeting for the Japan thing when you first take over, I was like, yeah, let's go out there and do well in this friendly and let's see what happens. All of the players hated me for it because they said that I was refusing to play them in competitive matches. We hadn't had any competitive matches. We hadn't even had a friendly yet. So that's still fucking broken. So there you go. Also, something else that's really starting to get frustrating now. I've not had a single conversation with a player yet since we've joined Hertha. No one's come to me saying they want to leave. And yet I'm still getting news articles saying that I'm having rows with players. Like, if we go into the... we have to go back quite a long way here and actually find anything like this, but basically, Marcel Halstenberg, on 2 or 3 separate occasions now, has come to me... except he hasn't come to me. I've just had news... I can't be asked to find them, but they're in here somewhere. Here we go, look. Pressure building on Norman Millington as Halstenberg looks to force a move away from Hertha Berlin. Well... I never had a conversation with him. I never had a conversation with Thomas Latka either, and the same thing's happened. Not Thomas Latka, I think it might be Thomas Latka, I don't know. Both he and Halstenberg I've had these things in the media, and I keep getting asked questions about why I'm not letting these players leave. None of them have ever spoken to me, and I can only assume that basically they must have said something to the previous manager. Why is that being carried over to me? That shouldn't be allowed to happen. If they want to leave, fine, but they should come to you, and you shouldn't get the shit from team squad harmony because you've just come in and it's still fucking broken. There's so much wrong with it. I'm finding new things that are wrong with it. I've never had that one before because we've never joined a new club when they've already had that situation, so that's really freaking annoying. So yeah, I've got players wanting to leave without ever actually having spoken to me. So that's a fun one too. Right, so let's see what's happening in our actual, things have actually been going fairly well for us in terms of the league form. There's been a few little blips, and I'll obviously walk you through those in a second. The moment I got the job at Berlin, I was tempted to make tons and tons of Euro trip jokes, and I am probably going to end up giving in on that because, Scotty doesn't know what's going to happen. So, Karlsruhe, first game up. Our first home game, having won away at Kaiserslautern, I was fairly confident going into this one that we could pull on a solid performance, and that's exactly what we did, if I'm honest. Marco Kraus put them in front, and I did worry a little bit, because they're not one of the better teams in this league, but we really turned on the quality after that. Alexander Ring, Takashi Inu, who's been amazing for us so far, and Marvin Lehman, who I really don't want to lose, made it 3-1 by half time, and we were just cruising at that point. And back-to-back wins to start our tenure in charge was a brilliant thing to have, and I was really, really pleased, basically. 3-1 against Karlsruhe. Couldn't have asked for a better result than that. Unfortunately, we then had to travel to Augsburg in the next match, and they are top. No, they're not top. They were right up there in the challenging spots, and we just weren't good enough on the day. That being said, they didn't create a single clear-cut or half chance in the entire match. They were shooting... Well, they weren't shooting from that long range, but they kind of were. Like, just not long enough for it to be considered a long shot. 2 of their goals were from set pieces, and the other one was just a flick on at the near post. It's a shame, but we didn't deserve it. It was just a shame to concede 3 goals like that. We were not good, and obviously, because of injuries, we had to put Enui out on the left-hand side and bring in Abderrahmane. Abderrahmane. But it just wasn't going to be a good day for us. We needed to bounce back in our next home game against Union Berlin, the Berlin derby, and we got the win. And it was a crucial one. Christian Montero, who was back for this game, he was out on, I think, international duty the first time, managed to get us the lead after 20 minutes, and we were much better. The tactic worked perfectly in this one, as you can tell from our possession stat. It was just off the charts. Then Petar Bojic made it 2-0 before Lassie Sobiek, another of the old heroes from our St. Pauli save, managed to grab one for Union Berlin, but there Takashi Enui wrapped things up in 71 minutes. It did help, to be fair, that Kralak was sent off after 27 minutes for 2 bookable offences, which was silly of him, and that kind of just handed us the game. But 3 wins in our first 4 matches in charge is not bad at all, and a 51,000 attendance as well. That's always nice to see. Next up, though, we went away to Hallescher, and well, they're second in the league at the moment, and unfortunately we had to change a few things again, because I think international duty kind of came into play with this one too, and Weissenberger, well, he got himself sent off after 30 minutes. Straight red card, terrible tackle, and as you can see, he actually injured Sebastian Ernst in the process. I don't know why it was. I suppose it waited a little bit before he was sent off, so the clock must have ticked over. But it wasn't long before Langensteiner gave them the lead, and then it was sort of, you knew exactly what was going to happen after that. We couldn't play the system with 10 men, but you'll note that even with 10 men, we managed to keep 54% possession, and that's saying something. Owusu made it 2-0 before Karsten Kamlot made it 3. Now, we did get 2 late goals back to at least save our blushes slightly when Takeshi Anui just doing what he do. He's just incredible. He's got a lot of goals in him for us so far. I don't know how many goals he's got for me, per se, so far, but he's done a bloody good job, and I'm really, really proud of him. He's going to be the hero for us. Now, that's 3 wins in our first 5. Unfortunately, we've actually, I think, fallen a spot as a result of that. But we're right in there still. As you can see, we can move up as high as 6th with the right results, but of course Kaiserslautern do have 2 games in hand, and there's a huge gap down to St. Pauli in behind us, so I feel like 10th is the lowest we're going to finish, but I really would like to finish a little bit higher if we can. I'd like, ideally, to try and come something like 6th, if we can do it right, but it is going to depend on our away form. As you can see, Eintracht Braunschweig are top of the list, Braunschweig rather, and obviously there's 1860 in there as well. It does look like those 3 sides are the ones that are probably going to go up, and at the bottom, Heidenheim and Paderborn. Paderborn, of course, were in the top flight this year, but they look like they're going to be going down to the 2nd tier, and Bochum are right down there as well. I'm just going to have a little look, see if Red Bull Leipzig are still top of the league. They are, but my God, that is tight. Look at that, 3 points separating the top 5 teams in the league, and 4 points separating the top 7. That is tight as hell. Frankfurt look like they're absolutely doomed, though, and so do Mainz. That's actually not quite as bad. Actually, that's almost a worse record than I had with St. Pauli in that 2nd season in the top flight. So, yeah, let's just take a little look at the squad. Top goal scorer, of course, is Enui with 15. I think he's got at least 6 or 7 of those just under my tutelage, so I'm taking credit for that. 15 goals for him. Assists-wise, Bojic with 7. He's had a really solid campaign for us so far. Weissenberger's actually got 2 Man of the Match awards, but of course he will be suspended only for 1 match, I think, which is surprising. Average rating, Bojic, this is kind of meaningless stats at the moment because obviously we've not played much of the season, which is why our key pass stat is only 34. And I think next year, hopefully that's going to be solid when we bring in players for the right positions. Now, thing is, Halstenberg wants to leave, and to be quite honest, he's 30 years old. He's not exactly fantastic in that position, so I'm tempted to let him go anyway. If I'm honest, we're going to have to do quite a lot of rejuvenation. We're on a restricted transfer policy at the moment, which is not good. We're £6 million in debt, and it's only getting worse because we've not been able to reduce the wage budget any more than that. Obviously, at the end of the season, I'll be able to sort of figure some stuff out with that, hopefully. But the question is whether they'll actually lift the transfer fund, because we could still be in huge debt despite having a positive wage budget. That's the issue. I really don't know how I'm going to be able to restructure this. We may just have to rely on pure tactics to sort of see us through for a little while, but I just don't really know where we can go with this. But we're going to give it our best shot, because I think that there's a difference between being in financial trouble like we were at Ahironis, where we had no money anyway, that it just really makes it difficult. But at least in this way, we can still find a way to possibly spend some money. Who knows, basically. We may have to move some players on. I really don't want to, but sometimes you just got no choice in the matter. Anyway, let's jump in to the match day. Today we are playing against Greuther Fürth, who are ahead of us in the league, and it'll be important for us to win at home. We've been solid at home. We've had 2 home games, I think, so far under me. Yeah, Karlsruhe and Union Berlin, both 3-1 wins for us, so that's fairly solid. It's our away form that's going to need sorting, and it kind of just goes home, away, home, away, home, away for the rest of the season. So, a 4-4-1-1 for this one. It's going to be a toughie. Not exactly a full house. 33,000, but I suppose, you're not always going to get that. I do want to try and keep us. I just want to try and keep us afloat and try and keep things ticking over for the rest of this season, so we can have a proper crack at it in the summer. Now, obviously, games have come a bit thick and fast lately, so we are going to have to play a few. Right, Latzker's injured, Richter's injured, and Weissenberger, of course, is suspended. Is there anyone I can bring in instead of Rosa? this is the thing, I'm still not quite familiar with the players' positions. That's something that's going to happen over the summer as I obviously try to work out a way to play the tactic better. I will learn their positions a lot more fluently, so to speak. The good thing about Henry is he can actually play out on this left-hand side, if, for example, if Christian Montero does get injured. But this looks like an area we need to strengthen in, and so does the right-back area particularly. So, and we're obviously going to have to get a new ball-winning midfielder since Lehmann's moving on. I can't believe all those players are going for free, though. That's really, really sucky. Anyway, tactic is very much nearly there already, which is great to see. Once that's set, we can concentrate on some other stuff in training. Basically, that's the plan. I wanted to just get the tactic nailed down so we know exactly what we're doing, and hopefully we can at least be competitive. We're the favourites for today's game, so that's always nice to see. Are we good on that? Yep, we are. On the fairly lengthy run without scoring a goal. Well, okay. He's got like 85% fitness. They always ask the same questions as well. It was the same at Shakhtar with Dimitrenko. Always. Why would he need to break a goal-scoring duck? He's a central defender. Okay, right. Well, that's good for that. Still not quite got to the stage. I really should start taking that by myself. I think my assistant's useless at suggesting that. I do everything else now. I may as well do that as well. Right, let's get into this. I really think we've got what it takes to beat Greuther Fürth today and win third home game on the bounce. And, well, I'm not sure where it would put us. It would put us on to 42 points, which could potentially send us up as high as 6th, which would be pretty damn fantastic. Ennui here, coming inside. Can he pick apart? He's lost the ball, but Montero will wrap that up, and he's lost the ball. But Lehmann will wrap that up. There's a lot of that sort of recycling possession. Ring, getting into the box. Back post. Röser off the post. Good early chance there for Hertha. We've started this game really, really strongly. We need to exploit set pieces. That's which we did fairly well in our last live com against Kaiserslautern. Kapushka, who was the hero on that day. Röser, can he pick a pass? No, he's lost possession now. Montero needs to be bombing back here, especially since he's playing on the support side. Rodri, don't let him get that cross in. Don't stand off him. Oh, what the fuck. After all that, guys, and you've let them counter you and score with their first shot of the match. That's poor. That's really, really poor. We don't get countered often using this tactic, I have to say. The great thing about playing a counter-attacking style is generally we don't often get kills, and that's disappointing, actually, that we were actually allowed them to do that. I thought that, oh wow, that's a cheeky finish there from Ott. Hopefully that isn't the start of something bad here, and that we can kind of pick ourselves up from that and carry on pressing and doing a good job, because we have played well so far. I think we're the better team, but it's really hard to say after 7 minutes. If we can get an instant equaliser, that'd be ideal, kind of like we did against Kaiserslautern. Ring, Rösner. Oh, no, yeah, Rösner, we've got a Rösner and a Rösner. Kapushka, that's a poor piece of play from him, and win that header. There we go. Well done, Julien. Lehmann in the middle. That position is so crucial to this tactic. We need to, if it's one area that we really do need to go and find a good player in, it is that ball-winning midfielder. Ring round the side of it, and good tackle again. Not a good tackle, but good piece of defending. And look at the possession. The pass completion is phenomenal on our part. The possession is great. Röker over the crossbar. At the moment, we are dominating every facet of this game, but that does not mean shit, unfortunately, unless you can translate that into actual chances on goal. And that's what we really do need to try and do here. Valka, Paul, Ott. Their pass completion's improved, but the possession is still massively in our favour. We do need to take our chances a bit more. Ott's ball. Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on, guys. This is pathetic. We're playing well, and then just 2 shocking defensive errors have just fucked us, really. I was hoping that we could make our home games a bit of a fortress in terms of... I mean, what is that? And I don't know what the goal... I mean, I know what the goalkeeper's kind of doing, but that was just terrible. Just terrible. Furth have taken their chances. You can't fault them on that. Röser now with the ball in. Can Julian win the header? He flicks it down to basically no one. Schruck. Now, if he just hits this long, which he hasn't, he's done the sensible thing, unfortunately. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't do that. Röker. Long ball downfield to nobody. Olchik. There we go. Lehmann now brings it down. Just knock it around the corner. Or just let it... I don't know why he... What's with those shitty touches you get? All the... There we go, Julien. Oh, how did he win that? He's about... Oh, fuck off. I'm sorry. He's so fucking close to the ball there. Like, how has he managed to win? I don't care how fast he is. That's ridiculous. It looked a bit offside as well. And from 4 shots, they've scored 3 fucking goals. That is insane. How are we 3-0 down here? That's mental. We're not finding the target with a lot of our shots, and that is a bit of a worry for me. But we're not exactly shooting from range, though. It just seems that we're missing a lot of our close range. I can't believe we're 3-0 down at home. That is fucking ridiculous. Right, we need to sort this shit out, guys. That's insane. 1-0 would be bad enough, but 3? Just one of those days, I think, when it's just not going for it. I just don't know what we can change. There's no point in going overload or any silly bullshit like that, because it just doesn't work. It just allows them more goals. If anything, we need to keep playing our tactic and just hope that we can start forcing our way back into the game a little bit. But 3-0 is insane. Christopher has had a good game, but what are we supposed to do about it? We need to hit the target more, and unfortunately I don't want to know what else we can do, because Montero's a little bit knackered. Kinchi has been wanting game time, so I might as well give him some here. Haustenberg, I don't really feel the need to give him any game time. Enui's not exactly had the best game of his life here. I might actually bring him on. Yeah, I don't want to get rid of our advanced playmaker just because the Shadow Striker is a less of an important role. I might put it on control. That was the other way I'd use this tactic, was on control. So I might try control for the last, but I don't want to throw it on attacking or overload because it just concedes loads of goals, as we found out in the past. Excellent stuff. Bring him on. 2 seconds later, he's fucking injured. And FM is back, everybody. How many times has that happened to me as well? The instant substitution injury problem. We've had that a few times now. I expect he'll get instantly injured as well, so don't worry. Ennui now with the free kick. Knocks it in. Julien with the... Why does that keep counting as a highlight? I don't understand. And how did that not go out of play? Paul now. They don't seem particularly wanting to play it long, and that's kind of an issue for us, because we kind of rely on other teams doing that, allowing us to knock it down. Oh, for God's sake. They're playing some brilliant pinpoint passes. We're just second to every ball at the moment, unfortunately. Volker, let me guess, a long ranger, maybe. Lehmann, here we go. Weiss. Kapushka. Oh, well done. He's done his man there, but he's probably going to lose it on the second tackle. Flicks it over the top for Ring. Right, we get a goal back here. There's maybe hope. Ring's ball in. Ennui, and of course it's well saved by the goalkeeper, because that would be ridiculous. We are going to go attack. I'm not going to go overload because it's worthless, but we may as well try and attack. I'm a little bit in shock, if I'm honest, as to how we've lost this game 3-0. Look at the stats on this match. I mean, there you go, guys. They've had a half chance in the game, and we've lost 3-0 at home. I mean, yeah, Fellington won it was unacceptable, but they didn't even play that badly. I thought we were quite decent. They've just scored 3 goals. I mean, what can you do? 3 horrific defensive errors, and you're done, basically. That was shit. I'm sorry, guys. That was terrible. I did not expect that. That's the worst I've seen us play under this. And I guess you get those games from time to time. We just seem to have had those ones in our live comms a little bit lately. It seems like it. We had that horrific one against Urtish a little while ago as well. That's just... I can't believe we lost 3-0. But, you know, it isn't the tactic. The tactic is still working. They're just not scoring the fucking goals. So there you go. Well, that's a little bit shit. Anyway, let's onwards and upwards. We've got some winnable games coming up, and hopefully we can try and just consolidate ourselves as a mid-table club. That's going to be the idea, and then try and strengthen, if we can, in the summer. That is going to be a real tough task for us, though, trying to strengthen in the summer, but I'm certainly not going to give in. You know, for example, if it is going to turn out shit, we will still do next season, because we've got a 2-year deal, and we just won't extend it if that's the case. I don't want to get sacked, and I don't think we're going to. We found a good tactic now, so that should be okay. So... in the next episode, we'll be doing the final game of the season against Dusseldorf. Hopefully, by that point, we've sort of steadied the ship a little bit. I hope. I don't want to go on a losing streak. That would be poor. And hopefully we can sort of just be consolidating a comfortable mid-table position then. So, if you guys like what you're seeing, please do drop a like on the video. And if you've liked it even more than that, please subscribe to my channel for more Outcast Icons and another series in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock. And I will see you guys in the next episode for the final match of the season against Dusseldorf. Let's hope we're in a slightly stronger position then. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.